Welcome to The Gavel, your weekly Denver City Council wrap-up. Here's what happened this week. On August 23rd, the Safety Committee heard an agency overview from the Department of Housing Stability. The committee was mainly briefed on Denver's housing crisis and the actions HOST is taking to get people into housing. The agency outlined the causes of housing instability and homelessness and gave the committee updated demographics on Denver's homelessness situation.
In Denver, we had 5,818 unique people experiencing homelessness on our street. Of those, 4,395 were in shelter. Of that 5,818, though, 1,423 were experiencing unsheltered homelessness. So on our streets, in encampments, in our safe outdoor spaces.
In the 4 years since the Department of Housing Stability has existed, over 13,000 individuals have moved out of homelessness. They have helped fund about 9,000 affordable homes and saw a success rate of 77% of people staying housed after 3 years of services. On August 22nd, the Finance and Governance Committee moved an order for 200 furnished pallet units for people experiencing homelessness to the full council for consideration. The pallet units are 70-square-foot dwellings with climate control, beds, and power. Bathrooms, showers, community space, and access to social services are planned to be on site as well. This is part of Mayor Johnston's plan to bring 1,000 unsheltered residents indoors by the end of 2023.
These have been deployed all across the country since COVID began and have been utilized as in other cities where they've declared states of emergency and sought to move quickly to bring people inside.
Also on August 22nd, the Land Use Committee heard a briefing from Denver Water on their lead reduction program. The committee heard a short history of Denver Water and the ways that the metro area receives clean water. In 2021, it was found that some of Denver's water had exceeded the EPA's limit for 2 parts per billion. The water gets contaminated after it leaves the water main and enters older service lines that connect directly into a building. In response, Denver Water has been replacing these lines. They have also been giving residents water filters to use for drinking and cooking. So far, Denver Water has replaced over 19,000 lead service lines and distributed over 100,000 water filters.
This is the first program of its kind in the nation. And to focus on that, we also realize that we can't treat every neighborhood the same. They're different cultures, they have different levels of access. And so we really think about that in terms of our communications, our outreach, how we respond.
Also this week, on Monday, August 21st, the Budget and Policy Committee heard a briefing on the American Indian and Indigenous peoples' historic context. You can find links to City Council meetings, schedules, agendas, events, and news at denvergov.org/City Council. Denver City Council meets every Monday at 3:30 at the City and County Building Council Chambers, or tune in live on Denver 8 or Zoom. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for Denver news, events, and information.